What I will say is that if there's any chance of us being able to act constructively to do something, it will require an admission of complexity and maintaining what on the surface may seem contradictory ideas, that what Hamas did was horrific and there's no justification for it. And what is also true is that the occupation and what's happening to Palestinians is unbearable.
That was former U.S. President Barack Obama dropping some truth bombs, cautioning against ignoring the complexities of the Israel-Hamas war. In his speech delivered during an interview with Pod Save America, a podcast hosted by former White House aides from his presidency, which was monitored by the New Africa channel, Obama urged Americans to take in the whole truth when weighing Israel's war against Hamas, saying everyone is complicit to some degree in the conflict, even himself. Here's more of what he had to say.
And what is also true is that there is a history of the Jewish people that may be dismissed unless your grandparents or your great-grandparents or your uncle or your aunt tell you stories about the madness of anti-Semitism. And what is true is that there are people right now who are dying who have nothing to do with what Hamas did. And what is true, right? I mean, we can go on for a while. And the problem with the social media and trying to TikTok activism and trying to debate this on that is you can't speak the truth. You can pretend to speak the truth. You can speak one side of the truth. And in some cases, you can try to maintain your moral innocence by virtue of just grabbing that slice of the truth. But that won't solve the problem. And so if you want to solve the problem, then you have to take in the whole truth. And you then have to admit nobody's hands are clean, that all of us have are complicit to some degree. I look at this and I think back, what could I have done during my presidency to move this forward as hard as I tried? I've got the scars to prove it. But there's a part of me that's still saying, well, was there something else I could have done? That's the conversation we should be having. Not just looking backwards, but looking forward. And that can't happen if we are confining ourselves to our outrage. And even what I just said, which sounds very persuasive, still doesn't answer the fact of, all right, how do we prevent kids from being killed today? So, which is why in conversations that I've had with some of the young activists, I come with some humility and I say, look, I get why you might not want to look at history and context, and that's your primary concern. But the problem is that if you are dug in on that, well, the other side is dug in remembering the videos that Hamas took of what they did on 7th, and they're dug in too, and which means we will not stop those kids from dying. So my advice to young people who want to get involved, I guess it's not possible anymore to download Meetup.
Whatever it is.
But approximate that. I would rather see you out there talking to people including people who you disagree with. If you genuinely want to change this, then you've got to figure out how to speak to somebody on the other side and listen to them and understand what they are talking about and not dismiss it. Because you can't save that child without their help.
Whether or not you are a fan of Barack Obama, it is hard to disagree with his comments from the Pod Save America interview. His comments on the Israel-Hamas conflict reflect the profound complexities of this long-standing and deeply entrenched dispute. He rightly emphasizes that this conflict cannot be reduced to a simplistic narrative of one side being entirely right or wrong. The reality is that both sides have experienced suffering and have legitimate grievances, and it's essential to recognize that no one's hands are entirely clean, not even those who have played a role in attempting to broker peace. Obama's acknowledgement of his own involvement and his own complicity to some extent underscores the shared responsibility of the international community. Furthermore, his critique of social media and polarized discourse is significant. In today's digital age, discussions on contentious topics often occur in echo chambers where individuals are quick to defend their positions, which can perpetuate divisions and misunderstandings. The only way to move towards a more constructive dialogue on the Israel-Hamas conflict is to heed Obama's call for embracing the whole truth, acknowledging the complexities, and being open to listening to opposing viewpoints. By doing so, we can hope to foster a more nuanced understanding of the conflict and work towards meaningful solutions that consider the interests and concerns of all parties involved. What do you make of Obama saying nobody's hands are clean in the Israel-Gaza conflict? Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and as always, do subscribe to the New Africa channel for more interesting future videos.